hardcore. So I think it's me proof. Hi everybody, and welcome back to my channel, Viper Sir. My name is Victor, and today we're reviewing this French press. This is the Secura, as you can see there, the Secura. It is the Secura French press coffee maker 304 grade stainless steel insulated coffee press with 2 extra screens. It is 50 ounce, which is 1.5 liters, in silver, or basically stainless steel. Let me talk to you a little bit about what the description says in Amazon. I purchased this a few months ago in Amazon. Let me tell you about the description. It says that the Secura stainless steel French press coffee maker is made of top quality 18 by 10 or 1810, I don't know what that means, but stainless steel. I'm guessing it's good. Both the interior and exterior, it is made to outlast other coffee makers. It has superior heat retention. According to this, it holds your coffee hot for 60 minutes longer compared to glass walled French presses. As you know, normal French presses are usually glass with a metal exoskeleton or a metal frame, but usually the container is glass. This alleges to hold coffee hotter 60 minutes longer than those. It includes additional screens besides the one that it already includes, so it has a total of 3 screens. It's a 3-layered stainless steel structure that traps the smallest coffee grounds to produce a full-bodied exceptional coffee flavor. The filter can be dismantled and cleaned and then put back together. It has a stay cool handle and knob, which is comfortable to hold. In actuality, I think the whole thing is generally cool to the touch. Since it's double insulated, that means that there's an air pocket in the middle between the 2 layers of metal, so this rarely gets hot. I can literally grab this when it has full hot coffee inside it, and I've never burned myself or felt like it was too hot to handle. But you can always be safe and grab it from here. I always grab it like this, like an old person. According to this, it's a perfect gift because it's gorgeous as it is functional. It's great for weddings, birthdays, holidays, etc., etc. And it's basically for coffee, and it's good for coffee enthusiasts. So let me talk to you a little about this. As it says here, it holds 50 ounces. The whole thing is stainless steel throughout. I'm gonna take this out. As you can see, it's 100% stainless steel inside and out. The filter part is also stainless steel. The whole thing, construction is stainless steel. Here you have the filter it comes with. This is easily taken off by screwing it off like this. So you can take this out and you can clean this separately. As you might know, if you've worked with French presses before, this is the structure that holds this here. This is the filter that prevents the coffee grounds from ever going back into your final coffee product. And then this holds it down so the coffee doesn't slip in. This is the whole filter process. I know some people have taken the extra filters that this coffee maker comes with and puts an additional one here. So instead of having one of these, they put 2. I don't think that's necessary. I think this does a good job in terms of filtering the coffee. And then to screw it back on, you just put it on, spin it like this, and it's back on, completely tight. You put it in, and you press it down. So basically, if you have never had a coffee maker like this before, the way it works is you put coffee in here, you fill it with water, not boiling hot water, just under boiling, because boiling hot water will release some of the bitterness. So just wait till the boiling hot water that you have gets a little bit cooler. So I boil the water, let it cool down for maybe 3 minutes, and then pour it into here with the coffee grounds up to the max. And then I stir it in. I actually use a milk frother for that. I dip it in. It stirs everything in, and I take it out. And then I place this in here. I don't press it all the way, just enough to submerge the coffee grounds. And I leave it like that. And after 5 minutes like this, you press down. Here's an extra tip. If you don't have the best, awesomest coffee quality available, you can also put a pinch of salt in your coffee grounds, and it'll reduce the level of bitterness in it. So once that's 5 minutes, you take this, you pour it out, and then you drink it with whatever you want: milk, sugar, Splenda, whatever you want. One of the things that I do recommend is that you do not leave your coffee here for a multitude of reasons. One, the longer you leave your coffee in here, the more the flavors will develop, and the more bitterness you'll get from it. So after 5 minutes, you should empty this out. You shouldn't leave your coffee standing here for hours or for more than the 5 minutes that you're allowed in here, because otherwise it'll start getting more and more bitter. What I do recommend is you have a separate container. I personally put things in a thermos, and then I make my coffee in that thermos, and I drink it throughout the day. I drink about 40 ounces of coffee a day. Don't worry, I drink decaf coffee. I don't caffeinate my body to the max. I like the taste of coffee. I don't necessarily want caffeine, and I can't have that much caffeine, so I just drink decaf. So I just enjoy the flavor of the coffee without any of the jitteriness. Although, to be honest with you, I've never felt that from coffee. I don't think coffee ever wakes me up like other people claim that it happens to them. To me, it's just coffee. I just like the taste of it. I put it into that container, and then I drink from it throughout the day. If you're not going to do that, if you like a 1 cup like every certain amount of time, I suggest you put it into an insulated bottle, and then you pour from it as you use it, because leaving your coffee in here will cause it to get bitter, and B, this isn't, even though they say that this maintains the coffee hot for 60 minutes, to me in about 45 minutes, I did it like once or twice because I forgot to pour it out, but to me in about 45 minutes this will be lukewarm, and then by an hour and 10 this will be cold. So I don't recommend leaving here. It's insulated. It'll last longer than a glass coffee French press, but it won't last forever. So I suggest you pour it somewhere that is designed to last for a long time, especially that's 100% sealed. Let me see what else I can tell you about this. With this, I can personally make my coffee, which is about, like I said, 40 ounces of decaf coffee, and I can also make my husband's coffee with the same batch. My husband drinks about 12 to 16 ounces of coffee. That's including milk and everything that you add to it. So it's not just pure coffee, it's a certain amount. So it makes a hell of a lot of coffee, and it's really good. Let me talk to you a little bit about the reviews. According to the reviews, this has approximately 22,213 reviews at time of filming, with a 4.8 out of 5 stars. It is, at time of filming, it's $36.99. And according to the reviews, those who have said positive things have said that this is better than a glass one because it's less fragile, it holds the coffee warm for a longer time, and it's stainless steel, so it doesn't hold any flavors or anything like that. You can use it over and over again and clean it over and over again. So the people who like this, like its construction, likes the fact that it maintains things warm, and likes the fact that it's less fragile than a glass one. I've never broken a glass French press, but I've always felt anxious about carrying it and using it because of the knowledge that it would break if I mishandle it, especially cleaning it. I'm always anxious about cleaning it because I'm afraid that I'll drop it in the sink and shatter it. This one, I have no illusions of being worried about that because this is a tough little cookie. This is like hardcore. So I think it's me proof, if that makes sense. Those who complained are saying that it's cheaply made, which I don't agree that it's cheaply made. I haven't had any evidence of that. Some people have complained that this breaks off. That hasn't happened to me, and to be honest with you, I am one of the clumsiest people that most people know. I've dropped this multiple times. I've dropped this multiple times on the floor. I've dropped it multiple times on the counter. I am not super careful with this. So if it hasn't broken on me yet, I think in terms of durability, it's pretty cool. Other people have complained that it doesn't hold the coffee hot for a long time like the description says. I already talked about why it's a bad idea to leave your coffee in there, but the people that complained about not keeping it hot complain that this doesn't seal. That when you place this in here, it doesn't seal. This is not sealing. This is not stuck in there. It's just placed on top. Let me tell you why that doesn't make sense, that this would seal and that people would complain that this doesn't seal. First, glass ones never seal. That doesn't work that way. It doesn't make any sense for you to seal it because you're filling this with hot water that releases vapors. So that's creating a pressure inside this. So if this sealed and then you suddenly unsealed it, hot water will come squirting out. That doesn't make sense to seal this. This isn't meant to be sealed, and the people who are complaining about this sealing, I'm not sure why they would want this to seal. This will release steam from here and the edges where the lid and the bottom meet. So this is never going to be a tight water seal. Never gonna happen. This, if you pour it to the side, it will drip coffee out because that's not designed to seal like that, and nor would it need to be. And that's one of the reasons why it cools down, because it has an area for the vapor to escape and the heat to escape. So this will never act as a vacuum sealed thermos. It will not function as that, and it's not designed to be, and it shouldn't be, as we discussed with the coffee grounds staying there. The people who are complaining about this don't really understand it. Don't really understand how it works and how you should use a French press coffee maker. I think that the negatives are just people who don't understand it. The positives, I think, are on the money. This is tough. This works well. It does what a French press coffee maker should do. So I highly recommend it. A few things that you should know about doing this. You need medium to coarse ground coffee, somewhere between medium and coarse. So that means that you can't really buy the coffee already ground in the supermarket like a lot of people do, because that is too fine and it might get through the filter. Besides that, it's too fine, it might get through the filter. It might overdevelop your coffee, making it bitter. A coarse ground makes it smoother. It'll develop the flavor in a smoother way. So you need a medium coarse ground. So that means buying whole beans and grinding them yourself. There are a bunch of different machines that do it. You can do it by hand, or you can even do it in a fruit processor and just pulse it until you get to the coffee the level of groundness that you want. I personally have one from Cuisinart that you select the groundness and you select how many you want, and you press a button and it does it by yourself, and it drops down the exact amount of coffee I want. That's what I use. So while coffee is grinding, I fill up my water kettle with water and heat it up. The coffee is ground. I dump it in here. I put some salt in it, a pinch of salt in this to reduce the level of bitterness. I wait for the kettle to boil, and then I wait at least 2 minutes for it to cool down a little bit before I pour it here, because if it's too hot, it develops a bitter flavor. So I do that, leave it for 5 minutes, pour it out into my two insulated coffee mugs. One holds 40, one holds 16, and then we drink it during the day, and that's it. And that's how you make coffee with this. It's really easy to do. It's really convenient. Now here's the thing. There are a multitude of ways to make coffee, and some have some are better than others. I've had them almost all. I've had the machine drip coffee from Mr. Coffee. That was good. It's like a decent cup of coffee. You can buy it ground, that whole thing. But it doesn't compare to the flavor of this. Once I do this, I never go back to that. And I suggest you Google why it's a bad idea to buy your coffee ground already. Just Google it and get a good idea why it's a bad idea. I suggest you grind your own. I've also had drip over coffee, the ones that you put in a glass thing and then you drip over. That produces a very smooth cup of coffee, and some people swear by that. I did like that type of coffee, but I'll be 100% honest with you. I don't have the patience to, pour little by little and do this whole thing and pay attention to it. My mind doesn't pay attention to things that long. I prefer this, that it does require my attention, but it doesn't require my attention so intently watching it for X amount of time. So I just pour this in and I do it. So I do recommend this over the other ones. I think it has the best ROI, return on investment, in terms of how much time you put in and the quality of coffee you get out. That's my recommendation for this. So tell me what you guys think. Do you have a French press? Do you have a glass French press? Would you not give it up for anything? Or would you consider something like this that's stainless steel and more durable? Or do you prefer another type of coffee method? What's your favorite brand of coffee? Are you a decaf drinker or a regular coffee drinker? Let me know. That's it for this review. Thank you so much for spending some time with me and going over why this is a good product. And I hope you stay with me in the future and watch some reviews on other things. In this channel, we do reviews on products, movies, TV shows, everything that basically I love and want to share forward with you guys. And I would love it if you guys told me things that you would like me to review in the future, be it coffee based or any other thing, technology or whatever. So thank you very much for joining me. I hope you like and subscribe, and I hope to see you in the future. Again, my name is Victor, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.